Okay, what's going on, boys? Welcome to the weekly tactic update. We delayed this one because of the trickster glitch, and fair play for EA for hastily patching it within 24 hours, to be honest. On this weekly tactics video, we're going to go for all the tactics, but we're going to start on the opposite end this time. We're going to start with the ultra attacking formation first. I made some big changes. You can follow these along and you can copy these. If you're wondering about each formation in detail, I've got a video on my channel. So don't say, oh no, you're going too quick. I got a video on my channel if you want a full explanation. This is just for those that want to see the weekly update and what have I put in and where and why. Ultra Tech, we put 422 in. I mentioned this yesterday. This is the way that I'm playing. This is my personal configuration. So there might be some small differences, mainly in the two center mids, both of them being balanced. Now, what I'm probably doing right now is I'm putting both of these players unbalanced. I'm very comfortable with defending with defending with just a back four if my two center mids are going forward. It's all about, as I said, it's all about your skill level. But this one I've done it. It's just a very attacking formation. Now, the reason I put this in ultra attacking is I actually start the game with this tactic. It's because 71 depth is just so effective. It's just so overpowered. I tried to stray away from it. I'll be honest, I did try to stray away from it. But to be honest, everyone is just using it. Like every Tom, Dick and Harry, Jessica Jones, or everyone's just using it. It's unbelievable. But when I'm starting with this formation, I'm not going to lie. It depends on your skill level. I'll be honest, I'm going into 90% of my games just killing everyone because it's just so effective. So if you're like already a rank, I would say 3 and above, I would just say start all your games at 71 depth. You would know yourself when to turn back to another formation. Like let's say if it's too effective. I've gone long ball, direct passing, and I've gone 35 width. 7 players inside the box. Probably one of my favorite formations to use for pressing. This is the updated one. I said this is the attacking 4-2-2. And I'm actually starting with this formation inside the game because it's that effective. I mentioned this in yesterday's video. You can refer to yesterday's video if you want to, but I mentioned you can use forward fast product play if you have that ability, but the defense side we left it unbalanced. If I need to use team press, I can always do that with the D-pad tactics inside the game. So I don't have to worry too much about putting it on here. I can always pause the game, put constant pressure on, or use the D-pad tactics team press if I'm losing 2-0. I need to go like ultra pressing. Let's say I'm losing 2-0. I'll go back to this formation. Maybe I'll use team press. If you want to get better at FC24, I do have an FC24 FIFA School Series. But before you skip ahead, what if I told you if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund you your money? I can say that because I've been running this school for many years and thousands of people have already joined and even stay on. We go over complete in-depth gameplay tutorials showing you the theory of it and then showing you gameplay examples in a structured format. Unlike my YouTube channel, they are a progressive learning system teaching you everything from the core mechanics to the meta so you can get better as a whole with explanations that go beyond the scope of my YouTube channel. FC School has already started with new videos coming out every single week. These videos will adjust to the recent patches and updates so you can stay up to date and ahead of your competition. So come join thousands of others in a mature community for those looking to get better. Patreon.com/nilguides or click the link down below. Now when you join, we already have a library of hundreds of videos, more than my YouTube channel in fact, with new FC24 videos getting added constantly so you never run out of content. Remember, the biggest mistake people make is they spend thousands of dollars on FIFA points every single year thinking a team will make them better, but it won't. But now it's time for you to make that change. And don't forget, if you don't get better after 1 month, just send me a message and I'll refund your money. That is the Nil Guides guarantee. Patreon.com/nilguides. Link is down below in the description or click on the pinned comment below. Then we'll also work it backwards now since we started. This is the 4-3-2-1. It's the same thing with 71 depth. It's very, very effective. 47 width, balanced and forward runs. 30 width is what I've kind of changed to. For my play style, because I don't really cross the board. This is important. I don't really play, you know, the way you guys probably play, the right way you go on the edge of the box, spam Trivelas, finesses, and you go down the wing and you cut it back and you score those Germans. I don't play that way. I play in the middle. If that means I lose games, but at least I play the way that I want to play. I want to play basic football and good football. So that's why I've reduced the width. I was just joking, by the way, about that. But you guys know what I'm saying. If you're like similar to me, you play down the middle and you don't really abuse the wings too much, 30 width might be a good option for you. I explained in the 4-2-2 yesterday how you can make the formation wider. And if you're talking about elite level stuff, you can always use hug the sidelines to make a formation wider if you want to. 7 players inside the box, 3 corners and free kicks. It was just a funny dig there at people using mechanic abusing. But yeah, it is what it is. Striker. So I've got them, all 3 of them on stay forward. Central play on stay central. No defending in 4-4-2 this one. It's because we already have a 4-4-2 formation. Well, 4-4-2 is basically 4-4-2 anyway. So this doesn't defend in the 4-4-2. But we've got stay central, getting behind, stay forward for all of them. Very aggressive. And then all the 3 center mids, we've got 2 of them on the right hand side on stay back. So we've got one of them on stay back, center edge, cover center. The other one on get forward, again to the box, cover center. By the way, you can pause this video or you can actually adjust. People say, no, you go too fast. Just adjust the speed at the bottom of your screen. That way, because I don't make it's like a 30-minute documentary. And then right hand side, we've got them on get forward as well. Now, what you can do is, if you're struggling, let's say both of these players are too attacking, you can just put one of them on stay back while attacking. So done, maybe my most defensive player or the most balanced player, you can put them on stay back. But I'm comfortable having them both on stay forward. One guy has to stay in the middle here. You need ideally a CDM here. Stay edge of the box, cover center, get the job done. Left back, right back, stay back, and overlap. As I mentioned in the video with the 4-3-2-1, you can use that unbalanced, but please refer back to that video if you want me to go in any more detail for any of these, because I know people say, what about this, what about that? The videos, they go in full details. A 20-minute, 10-15 minute video on each tactic. You can go check that out. But the most important thing is have a CDM here. And the only thing that I've really changed here is sometimes I go stay central on Son, just because I want him to be in that position. I don't want him to drift too wide. That is the only other thing that I do. But I leave him there just because he can cut inside and get those finesses inside the box, if you know what I mean. If you play the 4-3-2-1, you will know what I mean. But you want these players to get inside the box also. So if you do those cutbacks, they get inside the box as well. And that is the 4-3-2-1. Again, you can use direct passing or forward runs. It's up to you. I honestly prefer forward runs. 3-5-2, my favorite. To be honest, I would say out of all the formations, this is the formation that I spend most of the time in. I generally still think it's one of the top three formations inside the game. I think alongside the 4-2-2s and the 4-3-2-1s, it probably goes in the top 3 there, in my opinion. Balance, 55 width, 60 depth. You don't want to be going 71 on this formation. Just because you have a back 3, it's a bit too overly aggressive. Although you could use pressure on every touch, but I would probably advise against that. Long ball, I think, is very important. You guys, listen, this long ball is going to make a difference between you being a rank 6 player and a rank 3 player. If you don't press the L1 button, I don't mean the L1 button every 10 minutes. If you don't spam the L1 button all the time, like the pro players do, long ball is really going to help you in your build up. And especially against pressure, this will make players go forward and create space for you. Long ball is very, very effective. I would highly recommend it if you're still against. Don't forget, when I first did this at the beginning, no one used long ball. Now even the pro players are using long ball. So don't say, oh Neil, only you do it and pros don't do it, because pros do use long ball now. So that is what I'd say. Give it a try. I know people are very hesitant still about long ball. Just give it a try, guys. Give it one weekend league. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't matter if you get ranked 6, you still get a 100k pack and 3 picks, whatever it is. I don't know what rank. I did something like 3 picks, something like that. Forward runs and 25 width is what I've gone. I recommend here 40 for the average player. I've gone 25 just on my playstyle, because the way that I do it is I play this very narrow, and the left mid and the right mid I use hug the sideline. So that's the way that I do it. I play very, very narrow, and left mid and right mid I use hug the sideline. So they're so wide inside the game. Nothing funky. We're not defending in a 5-3-1-1. We got stay central, stay forward, getting behind for both the strikers. The cam is a real important position here. This should be actually, I don't know why this is not. This should be getting to the box for a cross. This position, you need someone that's agile on the ball. Don't put someone that's rigid here. I've seen some people have been showing me some teams as well. You can't play someone sticky here, because sometimes if the 2 players are up front up against your opponent's back 4, you'll need that cam to dribble and maneuver around space and rotate the ball to your CDM. So you ideally need someone here that can move. I have Swanson on the bench that sometimes I put on for Debinha. Debinha I got a hit and miss relationship with. She's a very good player. I need a name on this account. I need a Neymar like my other account. I need a Neymar in this position. But I can't afford Neymar on this account. But Debinha, I don't use controlled sprint. I just don't. Obviously now, especially now, the way that I'm going down teaching FIFA, like there's no one really teaches FIFA at a basic level. And I can play at a high level. So I have to be... I don't want to use control sprint that much. So if I use control sprint, she'll be an amazing player. But personally, I don't use it. But when I do use it, different class, but I don't use it. So I prefer Neymar there, to be honest. So that's the reason why you're going to see her being replaced ever in the future. That's the reason why. Come back in defense, get it behind, again to the box across. But again, she's still, Debinha is such an exceptional card for a price. Come back in defense, get it behind, get to the box for cross. You can go conservative, because what people are doing is they're using 70. This is one thing I realized. They're using 71 depth width. So let's say, for example, they start with the 4-2-2. they're using 71 depth, and then they may change to the 352, and that is why they might not have enough stamina on the left mid or right mid. So, like you could in the old days, you could put conserve interceptions and conserve a bit more stamina for the left mid right position. They're going to be running up and down the entire pitch. You need ideally good pacer. You can't get over anyone slow. You need 90 sprint speed. I move one of my fullbacks there because I start in the front. I start left back, centre back, right back. I move a fullback there, and I put Oshawa on the left mid because she's the least, not least attacking, but she's more of the faster winger. And both these players on CDMs on stay back while attacking cover centre. What I do is I trigger one of my centre mids going forward with the L1 button. That's how I make it more aggressive. I prefer them always to stay back, but I can use the L1 button and trigger them forward. That is the way that I play it. And then we go over to the first of all, we go to the balance formation. So for chemistry purposes, this is the way that I line it up. Everyone gets full chemistry, I believe, apart from Guardiola. I believe he gets 2. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Everyone else gets full chem. Smith, Dunn, and Koika, they're all in the same team. It's 4-4-2 for chemistry. Balance 39, slow build-up play. Balance, why is this on slow build-up play? This is my anti-kickoff formation, so my opponent kicks off first. I'm not pushing, because you know how kickoff is. You get the ball, you run forward, everyone is forward. Then now you have no one with you, or you might get pressured into the ground. So this is my anti-kickoff formation. Players in the box on 1. So this is if my opponent kicks off first, then at least this way I don't get done on the kickoff on the defense side. Because when you change tactics in game, it takes about like 5 minutes or so for the game to change your tactic inside, or for the ball to go out of play. And then what you do is you just put everyone on comeback in defense. And this way you can stop counterattack. Simple as that. Put this guy, play a striker. That's definitely not what you want for anti-kickoff tactic. Stay back for both the left back and right back, and all the centre mids. I put them on get into the box for stay into the box, cover, stay back while attacking, and cover centre. So you can see everyone's on comeback. It depends what formation you play. Your formation will be different whatever you start for chemistry. Mine's is a 4-4-2, and then we go to the 4-2-3-1. Now this is the formation that I would say is I'm using it more to close the game out. Now it's the only time I'm ever switching to this formation is, let's say I'm playing like, so I play champs on like 5 different accounts, guys. A lot of it is trying to get gameplay and testing stuff out. Sometimes I try to play on one account, and the other accounts I just finish out with 10 or whatever I have left, because I don't have time to finish the game. So what I would recommend doing is that this is the formation I'd probably say I don't use that much, but if I'm up against a top tier player, and I'm really trying to spread it out, I'll probably switch to this formation. So let's say I'm winning. If I'm winning, like, so this would be these two formations. This is like an all-around formation. This is like, I want to be more attacking. I need 3 strikers together, but I don't want a cam. So I don't want like a 4-1-2-on-2. Because remember, don't forget, this formation, it's a 4-4-2 with a cam, okay? It's a 4-2-3-1 with an extra striker. Okay, it's a 4-1-2-1-2 with left mid and right mid. So if anyone goes to me, they can't attack with a 3-5-2. That's how you know it's your gameplay. That's the best way of knowing if you're leveling the game. If you do 3-5-2, if you can't break through with a 3-5-2, it's definitely your gameplay, no, not the tactics. For all the formation. 3-5-2 is a good way to know that. But let's say I want to be a bit more attacking. I use this one and attacking the 4. If I want to apply pressure or start the game, I use the 4-2-2. And the 4-2-3-1, I would say, is more if I'm either up against a top tier player, and I know straight away, look, I can't use 71 depth because I might get caught out here with a player lock or something like that. So I'd be a bit more conservative, change to this formation. Or if I'm winning, let's say I'm winning 2-1 inside the game, or let's say I'm up against a good opponent and I know this player is good, and I get 1 goal first, I would go back to the 4-2-3-1, and that way that central cam just benefits me. This is the setup that I have: long ball, forward runs. I can always use hug to silence and increase the width if I'm playing this as a defensive formation. And then if I am trying to close the game out, all 3 of these players are just don't come back in offense. But I got stay central, get in behind, stay forward for the cam, and the strikers stay forward, stay central, get it behind, cam stay forward, get into the box or cross. This plays like a 4-4-1-1. The Lam and Aram, they're unbalanced for both, and both CDMs are cut pass and lace the right and cover center, left back and right back, stay back and overlaps. As I said, I sometimes start the game with this formation, or I'll start with a 4-2-2 depending on opponent. But if I'm up against someone that's really, really good, let's say someone that can really match me, and I know that this is a good thing to know. So if you're inside a game and let's say you're, I don't know, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say you're Division 3 player and you get rank 4 or 5 in a weekend league, because I think most people now, because no relegation, people in divisions quite easily. If you're up against someone that you know that's on a similar level to you, they're doing the ball rolls, the turns, you know Maybe if you score a goal, you put everyone here on comeback and offense. That way you react to your opponent. The key thing is to be reactive. You have to understand when you can't just randomly just stay on 4-2-2 the entire game just because you got the first goal like that. It depends on what your opponent does. You have to be reactive inside the game. If that doesn't work, you need 3 strikers. If someone's playing a back 5, you've got to use one of these 2. You've got to be reactive. But that's the way that I set my tactics up. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you want to get better at FIFA, comment on Patreon, /NilGuides. As I said, we just configured this tactic just in like an hour ago, literally, because we didn't play because of trickster nonsense. That's why we delayed our weekend league. So I'm not going to have time to play on 4 accounts. I might just play like on 1, or maybe 2. The Arsenal match starting in a few hours. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.